Hello crafters, today I'm very excited because I'm going to be sharing with you 5 more needle felting tips, and if you want to see my original 5 felting tips, it'll be carded here and in the description box below. It is one of my most popular videos and I still think most of the advice stands true, so definitely check that out. So before I even start off with this, can you please like, comment and subscribe to my channel? It would mean the world to me, especially the subscribing. If you didn't know, under YouTube's new policies, people cannot monetize their channels before they have 1,000 subscribers. I could monetize my videos before, but now I can't. So please help me reach 1,000 subscribers. It would definitely be amazing. And it's also a big milestone, at least for me. And if you want to support me, please use my Amazon links below. It's kind of free. Well, there's no extra charge for you. And some of these products I'm going to be sharing will be linked below. So please use those. It would help me out so much. So thanks for that. So we're just going to get into the tips, and the first is on pricing and how to get the best wool. So my recommendation for getting good wool is to go directly to a local farmer or woolen mills. I went to a local woolen mills in mine and I got 3 pounds of wool, undyed wool, but there was still like fully usable for felting, was for €27, and that might seem like a bit expensive, but I'm going to insert a picture here of how much 3 pounds is. And that obviously is going to last you a long time. I think I bought about that 2-3 years ago and I still have I'm still like halfway through it, because I got like lots of different colours. But anyway, just to put that into comparison, if you buy retail or in a shop, a more specialised shop, it can be €5 for 50 grams. So £3 for 27 and €5 for 50 grams, at least for me, that's a very big difference. So try and get them in bulk from your woolen mills as close to, like, on the supply chain as possible to the makers of the product. My next tip is actually a product, and it is one I got recently but I've fallen in love totally with. I love Clover as a brand. I have a lot of their needle felting products, and though I lost their two needled pen, I really tried to buy it, but this was the only one available on Amazon at the time, but it is available now again, you know, unfortunately. But no, fortunately, so I can get it at a later date when I do another Amazon order. This is by no means necessary, but I think it does a big difference in the comfort of your felting experience. And needle felting can be quite an uncomfortable thing sometimes, especially if you're dealing with such a small needle and you get the impression in your hand and it hurts. So this is definitely very comfortable, and the good thing about this is that it loads into the center. Many cheaper ones go onto the side, and I found that the needles break a lot easier. So if you're going to get one, make sure I recommend getting this one and it goes in the center, or any one that loads in the center. So I definitely recommend that. And if, like me, you have lost or don't have your 2 needle Clover felting pen, I just take 2 together and it's not that uncomfortable. And you can also maybe take them together, maybe add some modelling clay onto it. And I also saw a tip online that you load it into an old pen. I don't know how that works. I think it wouldn't turn out well for me, but if you want to try it, by any means do. If you don't want to buy this, just try an old pen. So yeah, that's a very good idea if you don't want to buy these, but I do recommend them. Next product I'm going to be talking about is again Clover. I swear I'm not sponsored by them, but it'd be great if I was, honestly. And this is not your average needle felting mat. This is actually a brush mat, and this is obviously available on Amazon and wherever Clover products are available. I highly recommend it, because even though the foam mats are cheap and cheerful, this is how they turn out at first, but after a few years or a few uses, they turn out like this, sunken like that, and not so nice. And also you have a greater chance of stabbing yourself, because if you see here, this is made out of hard plastic, and if you have that on your lap, you're not going to stab yourself. This, you might, and you don't want that to happen. I don't think you need a visit to A&E just wanting to felt. So I really do recommend this, because it obviously looks so much better, and I really don't felt on this anymore. And even on this side, it's just going to sink in. So obviously you do whatever you want at the end of the day. And also, if you're going to buy this, I really would recommend getting this. And I think I actually have a review on this on my channel, so I'm just going to card it up here. Same. So if you're going to get one of these clover brush mats, I really would recommend getting this. This is a claw cleaner, and this end also is handy for holding down little kind of flat things you're doing, and you can needle felt them. I don't really use that tool because I don't do that much intricate work, but this is really the good tool that you can use to kind of brush through it and get the excess wool that has gone into it. And this is obviously very handy, and it makes it so much easier to clean. This is pretty impossible to clean because just pieces of the sponge are going to come with it, and I don't think you want that happening. So you can see that is the amount of wool that was in my my foam brush mat, so I really would recommend getting one of these. My next tip is actually a safety tip, and needle felting can be kind of a bit dangerous sometimes because you obviously do not want to stab yourself with this fine needle. It has happened to me so many times, thankfully nothing too much, but just through the skin. Not a pretty sight anyway. But these are kind of 2 tips that will hopefully help save your finger from being stabbed by a needle felting needle, I guess. So the first one is to not hide your fingers in the wool. It's pretty damn obvious, but sometimes when you're working with lots of springy wool, your fingers kind of get interwoven into it trying to hold it down. This is where this can obviously come in handy. You can even hold down like 3D objects like that, 3D wool, and it'll obviously prevent as much as possible you from stabbing yourself. It's not a nice feeling, trust me. So obviously this is great. Or also, if you don't want to buy that, you can use another felting needle. Little lollipop sticks sometimes work, but try not to stab the lollipop sticks with your needle or else they'll break. And you also don't want that to happen as well because they're not cheap. And my next tip is actually a bonus tip, and I would ask you to subscribe please before you watch this tip. It doesn't really matter, but I really need all the subscriptions I can get so I can start monetizing my videos again, and it would just make me a really happy camper. So next tip is actually courtesy of these little 5 sheep that I made, and these are not done 110%, but they're almost done. And the tip is to batch make. If you're making a lot of animals and stuff, batch make. It's pretty obvious, but it really does save some time. So I make a sheep and I sell them. I make these little needle felted sheep and I sell them, and I found for me 5 is the ideal number to batch make. So I make 5 bodies, 5 heads, 5 legs, 5 tails, and then I assemble them in a group of 5, and I think that really does help, and it's a big enough number that you get through it quite quickly, but it's a small enough number that you don't like lose total interest in the project. You're still getting results pretty quickly. So that's really my last tip for today, batch make, and it will not apply to everybody, but the ones it will apply to, I think it'll save you a lot of time. So if you like this video, please like, comment, and especially subscribe again, and share this video and share it on wherever, Instagram, Pinterest, Snapchat, whatever. Can you share on Snapchat? I'm not even sure, I'm not on Snapchat. Anyway, so it would mean the world to me if you left me a comment down below telling me which tip was your favourite. Do you have any tips that I might feature in the next video? And I'll obviously give you a little bit of a shout out. So thanks so much for watching. I'm so glad I got to hang out with you today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.